Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. This is Drew over here at Arcturus Cinema headquarters with a new video for you. Do you ever feel fake or awkward showing up on camera? If that is you, this video is for you. That's kind of redundant. Anyway, I want to talk about in today's video the fear of being inauthentic and how do you overcome it? How do you embrace authenticity? How do you improve your confidence? All that fun stuff. We're going to dive into it right now, and it's going to be really cool. A lot of it's mindset, so brace yourself. So the first thing I want to talk about is that what authenticity really means, and what it really means is just being who you are. I think my mentor summed it up beautifully, and when she said, being authentic is who you really are when no one is looking. Who is it that you really are? Also, who you really are when you are with your best friend, when you are with people who you really care about. And I really feel like that really captures the essence of the vibe. Being authentic isn't we know when you're authentic, you aren't worried about, saying, walking on eggshells. You're not worried about, what if I offend somebody or anything like that, or any of those types of feelings, right? Like I just mentioned, it's like talking to, a good friend, or how you are when you are with a good friend or a loved one, right? That's really that feeling of authenticity. And at the end of the day, being a perfectionist when it comes to creating content or running a business in general is being a perfectionist about it really kills the authenticity, and it alienates you from your target audience and your ideal customer, right? So that is obviously not what you want to do. And the common thing, again, going back to mindset, a lot of it is mindset, and I definitely can speak about that based off of experience. Having me being someone who grew up with a lot of social anxiety and depression, and even though I was in plays and in front of the camera making my own short films, I still had a lot of fear and insecurity around making YouTube videos for some reason, which is kind of silly since I've made so many short films and acted in plays and things like that. You wouldn't think that I would be insecure about that and stuff. So a lot of it's mindset and uncovering limiting beliefs. And there's so many great ways to get your message out there and to connect with your ideal customers or clients or your audience, right? And it really boils down to uncovering, identifying your limiting beliefs, and what is stopping that. What you feel is stopping you from making more content. I highly recommend, and it's relevant to this video, that you really get to know your ideal customer, your target audience. You really get granular and figure out what they like, how you can best serve them, and that will make it feel a lot less awkward making content for them because you know them in a personal level. You've spoken with them either online or in person. So that will alleviate a lot of it. And the other thing too, when making content, I cannot emphasize this enough, and this is what I mentioned to all my clients when I make brand story videos, also known as video business cards or testimonial videos for clients, is don't talk to the camera, right? You're not talking to the camera. What you're doing is you're having a conversation with just one person. Just imagine that there isn't a camera there and you're just talking to somebody and having a conversation with them. And the way I always phrase it is like, imagine you're talking to your best friend, right? So like if it was a testimonial video that I'm doing for a client, it would be, like you're telling your best friend about this amazing business and why you recommend this business to your best friend, right? So just like act like the camera's not there. You're talking to your best friend about this amazing business, right? So that's really the mindset that I feel you would need to have to be successful when it comes to creating content for your brand, because it's an energy exchange at the end of the day, right? When you are creating content and putting your message out there, you're exchanging energy. You're putting out value, and then there's an exchange of energy because they're consuming your content, and then ideally, right, they'll leave a comment and drop a like or subscribe to your channel, right? So it's an exchange, and in order for that exchange to take place, there needs to be authentic, right? They need to have some connection with you. They need to trust you. They need to like you, and of course, you need to be adding value. And when you add value, they're more likely going to like your content, leave a comment, subscribe, and share your content. Is always ideal thing. And so that's what I really recommend, is just get the mindset down. That will help. There's other practical, tactical things that you can do. One thing that I've done in the past, when I was getting started on making a lot of more content and getting back into the content creation on YouTube, I think a year ago, was to literally, and this is old school, going back to the days when I was in plays, was just practice your lines, or your spiel in front of a mirror. Just do that, and the whole point is that it's awkward, right? You're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're talking to yourself, right? Most people think that's awkward. I don't, but the whole point is to get over that feeling, and to just really like examine from a neutral standpoint, like, what do I look like when I'm talking, and then figure out, you just get over that kind of awkwardness. So I recommend the mirror. Always really works really, really well. uh, some people recommend doing a teleprompter, and I don't recommend doing a teleprompter. It's mainly because I always can tell when someone's reading a teleprompter. It's because I'm a film director, right? A video strategist guy, but I can always tell if someone's reading from a script or a teleprompter. So I don't recommend you do that. I recommend, again, just like, if you have to do a teleprompter, like, at least rehearse what you're gonna say, like a few times before you roll or record. So that's what I recommend there. And that will just make you come across a lot more organic. And that's also why I don't recommend scripts, because if you're having this natural conversation with someone, and this other someone is your audience, right? Then, like, you don't have follow a script when you're talking to your friends or your homies, right? So that's why I always try to avoid that. And even in my client work, when I do like a video business card for a client, that's always interview style. I'm always asking them questions, always aiming to make it as authentic as possible, because that's really what's going to build that trust. And then once they trust you, then they're going to like you, and then they're going to feel like they work with you and collaborate with you. And that's really the goal at the end of the day. Whether you're selling a product or a service, you want that collaboration. You want to partner with them to help them. So that's very, very another tactical thing that I recommend is to just start small. Like I mentioned in my previous video, just focus on one platform. I recommend YouTube. Just put some content on YouTube. Again, the goal is not to worry about the views. The goal is to put out valuable content that solves a problem. So if you don't get any views, you probably won't, to be honest, on your first like 50 or so videos. You're not going to get a lot of views, and who cares? The whole point is that YouTube is a search engine, and people go to YouTube to that have a problem, and they go to YouTube for solutions. So that is that whole point with that. So I recommend starting YouTube. Start small, like make short videos, and just try to do videos that are in one take, and that will save you editing time. That's what I recommend everyone. And that way you don't have to do a lot of editing. And if you do want to add in some pictures and stuff like that, and you don't want to edit, OBS is really good. I have a video on that. But I think that's really the main thing, is just focus on providing value. And the easiest way to build confidence is to put out the valuable content and to get a transformation, like get some feedback from some people, get some testimonials on how the content that you're putting out, or how your service or product that you have, how it's transforming people, how it's helping people, and getting those testimonials, whether it preferably on video. Getting those testimonials really helps build your confidence, and especially if it's related to your content. If they're getting a lot of value about that, and they're leaving comments, that definitely will build your confidence. And then of course, just putting in the reps, that's going to build your confidence too. Just putting in the reps, and just making it a habit to make content, and then just go in knowing that your first 50 YouTube videos or whatever are going to most likely not be the best and not get any views, and just be okay with that. Because once you build that muscle, it's just going to be like wine. It's going to get finer with time. Your content is just going to get better and better and better each time, because you're going to learn each time. So definitely start small and build from there. And then it's all about progress, not perfection. And perfection literally is the enemy. It's better to put out imperfect video than the perfect video in your head, because the perfect video in your head, you can't make that. It's impossible. So definitely do that. And then again, like I mentioned in my previous video, definitely take advantage of previous content. If you are on a podcast, if you're a guest on a podcast, definitely take advantage of that. Get a copy of that episode, throw in either Opus clip or Descript, chop it up into some reels or some clips for social media, put the full episode on your YouTube. Or it could be any pre-existing content that you have, even older videos from like a year ago or a year or two ago. You can, repurpose that into new content. So anyway, with all those tips, you definitely will help you feel more authentic making the content. Again, a lot of it is mindset. Just getting clear on who it is that you're serving and helping with this content, and then just getting comfortable. Just knowing that any time you start something new, you're gonna suck at it in the beginning, and just accept that the content creation is no different. Like you're starting a new or getting back into it. There's gonna be a period where it just kind of sucks. But that's not going to last forever, and you will get better at it the more you do it, and the more you're consistent with it. So with that, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me a DM. My info is down below. And if you found this video helpful for you, please feel free to subscribe, and of course, click that little notification bell so you're notified when my next video is out. And as always, my friends, stay classy.